Hi, I'm Rob at Salsify, and I'm back at the Whiteboard to talk about the hottest thing today, artificial intelligence and the digital shelf. Recent study by IBM has 3 of 4 CEOs, 75%, saying AI will give them a competitive advantage. That's kind of one of those funny things in statistics where 80% of people think they're better than the average driver. It's obviously impossible if everyone thinks AI is going to give them a competitive advantage. Nobody is. But there are some things that early adopters can use, which I think will give them greater efficiencies in their digital shelf operations. The way that I like to think about AI and my vision of where I hope it goes is the way that Steve Jobs described the computer. It's the bicycle of the mind. Now, a bicycle is better than walking. Walking is awesome. I love walking. But you get on a bicycle, you can go way faster. You're still powering the bicycle. It's still you doing the work, but the machine is amplifying what you're capable of. And I think that analogy is great for AI. And so when I look at the digital shelf, and I look at how your products might show up on the digital shelf, use that analogy and think, what does it mean if I can do more of me? And a lot of the companies that we work with, they've got large product assortments and they're distributed across hundreds of retailers. The reality is, most of them, the attention they give to their best-selling product in their best channel is completely disproportional to the amount of attention they give their worst-selling product on their worst-selling channel, right? It makes total sense. It's a good use of time management to spend more time where you're making more money. What AI will allow you to do is have a perfect product detail page with every bullet SEO optimized, with every image set up for conversion, with all of the from the manufacturer stuff filled out on every single page, everywhere where your products can show up. You still might spend a little extra attention on your best-selling products and your best-selling channels, but you're giving the entire assortment on every single channel a fighting chance. And the way that you can do that, the way that you're amplifying your own creative capacity is by installing bits of AI in every single step of the content creation and digital shelf management process. The obvious one that people are talking about a lot is the content creation piece here, where when you're creating content with AI, they can create descriptions, they can create images, and so on and so forth. That's where a lot of the Gen AI behavior is. But I think there's actually other places that are interesting that people aren't talking about that much. For data modeling, for example, a lot of companies for PIM implementations will spend a lot of time thinking about data modeling. Using Gen AI can actually decrease the time to get to a model that is compelling for you. Data quality is huge. There's a bunch of retailers, the Krogers, the Walmarts, for example, that are releasing updated style guides. A lot of the style criteria are qualitative. For example, don't make any claims in the description, even if the claims are valid. How do you check that if you have a huge product assortment? You can have AI do that type of checking for you. Find if this description has claims. You have to do a little training and whatnot to get it there, but that can eliminate a lot of the editorial for large product assortments. And again, imagine being able to do that across all your channels. Every single channel has its own requirements. How do you do more automation of taking all the great content that's in your business and mapping it to the shape and the format and the quality that each channel requires, and so on and so forth. So every single step along the content creation and publication path, leading with getting to that publication step and actually getting that content in front of the consumer, can be lifted up, can be automated, can be given that bicycle by artificial intelligence. Now today, if you're looking for bits and pieces to experiment with, I've just got a few suggestions of companies that have popped up. Visit is a company that does image analysis using a really great AI model that they've built themselves. And the point of their analysis is to tell you, will this image convert at a high rate or not? So you can use Visit on every image you've got, and they can tell you where you should spend time to improve your images to increase your conversion rates. Awesome product. Creative X has used AI to automate a bunch of the ads for Diageo. And I think this is a huge area that's going to explode in the next 12 months because retail media is so huge. How do you better target ads in media? How do you better personalize ads in media? The media space is going to get personalization of advertising on retail media faster than anywhere else is going to see personalization in the digital shelf. Another place is on image generation. Visit was image measurement. For image generation, if you're a clothing manufacturer, for example, you often have very large assortments that turn over seasonally, and it can be expensive and logistically challenging to get every single article of clothing shot with a model. There's ways to actually generate basically models, put your clothing on models using AI. So that can decrease the cost and increase the throughput of how you're creating your product detail page content. Another one, and I'm using Photor here, but literally there's hundreds of different AI-based image editing capabilities out there. Adobe has a whole suite of them now, but this enables you to do things like automatically switch out the background and change almost every aspect of what's in an image. And what's great about that, especially if you've got a small team, you don't necessarily have your own in-house design agency, this enables you, again, to give a little more love to those products that aren't your best sellers and make them look a little more professional. So that's what I have to say today about AI and the digital shelf. I think it's going to be an amplifier, especially for those long tail of products. And it's going to make every single person in your team that's responsible for the digital shelf more productive. Thank you.